Assalamu alaikum dear students. Students, we were doing with the revision and we have completed many chapters for the revision. So today we are starting with the new chapter and the chapter is Unit 7 P block element. Okay. So dear student, now in our syllabus only 3 chapters are remaining. That is your chapter number 7, chapter number 8 and chapter number 2. So let us begin with chapter number 7, which is your P block element. Let me tell you dear students, there can be the chances of reducing the syllabus or anything 30% already deducted or reduced, we can say omitted, and still let us go for completion of this one. Though I have explained you the chapter which are omitted, but let me tell you it is very beneficial for the students of the NET exams, because in that you are going to have all the syllabus, all the chapters will be there. So it is good that we have done with those chapters also. Let us begin with chapter number 7, P block element. Now dear student, P block element is not new for you. You have already studied that how do we go for having the bifurcation of the elements depending on various criterias. Like we talk about from the 10th standard when we are studying the classification. We have seen that there are various groups. Okay, we are saying that we have learned the Mendel's periodic table, then we have learned the modern periodic table, and we are just dealing with the modern periodic table in which we are having 18 groups and 7 periods, right? So when we talk about this particular, we have further classified the periodic table into S block element, P block element, D block element and F block element. So dear students, if we talk about the S block elements, we have already studied in class 11. हम class 11 में S block element पढ़ चुके हैं. Even the P block element, 2 of the families we have learned. So which are the families which we have learned in class 11? We have started from 13th group. See, when we talk about the groups, we say that 13 to 18 group is a P block element. First of all, let me know how do we say S block element, P block element, D element and F block element. What is the thing on the base of which we are bifurcating this particular? If you remember, when we fill the electronic configuration, when we are filling the electronic configuration and last particular subcell which you are filling with the electron, that is known, because from that you know that this is a S block element or P block element or D or F, right? So dear students, same thing happens over here when we are talking about the elements which are there from your 13 to 18 group. So let us begin. See dear students, in class 11 you have learned that P block elements are placed in group 13 to 18 of the periodic table. The valence cell electronic configuration is NS2, S and P 1 to 6. What does this means? Along with NS2, what is N dear student? What is N over here? When you have studied already this particular in the class 11, you must be knowing what is N over here. N is the number of shell. N is number of your period. Okay, and when you fill the electrons over here, depending on the last, you get your groups, right? So when we talk about this particular, we are having that when you are having your 1 electron, 1 to 6 electrons can be filled in your P orbitals, right? So when we talk about this particular, dear student, we say that except the halogen. Dear student, sorry, not halogen, helium. Except the helium. Dear student, the question arises that helium is not belonging to the P block element, still it is there in the P block element. Why so? When we talk about the electronic configuration of the helium, it is 1s2. 1s2. So it should be placed in the S block element. Why it is there in the P block element in the last particular group? 18 group. 18 group में आपका helium लिखा हुआ है. If you remember, in the periodic table, you are having on this particular side hydrogen. That is your first group. Similarly, on the last side, that is group 18, you are having helium. And then it starts over here with your lithium. Right. So the question arises, though it is having the S subset, still it is there present over there in the 18 group. Why so? Try to find out this one. I'll give you the answer when we are going to do the next chapter, because it is present over there in that chapter. But just to give you the hint like that still, as it is not having the P block, still it is present over there. So what is the reason behind it? Okay. Now dear student, the properties of the P block element like that of the order of the other of the greatly influenced by atomic size, ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy and electronegativity. These are the important characteristics which you need to know about your element, which are present in the P subset. The absence of the d orbitals in the second period and presence of d and f or orbitals are heavier elements starting from the third period onwards, having a significant effect on the properties of the element. Now dear student, there are we are going to talk about one particular family, when we are going to talk about one particular group, what is happening? Few of the member, or you can say one of the starting member, does not have the vacant d orbital. It is present in rest of the family members, but it is not present in the first one. So because of this, there is a change in their properties. There is a change in their properties because of such a kind of the factors, which we are going to see. Don't worry. In addition, the presence of the three of the element metals, metalloids and non-metals being diversification in the chemistry of this element. What is the reason over here? Let me tell you. When you talk about the elements present over there, let me just take one particular example. Dear student, 13th group element, when we are talking about the element, we have boron, aluminium, germanium, indium and thallium. So when we talk about this particular group over here, dear student, we call it like bangan, aloo, gajar and thela. It is very funny, it seems like, but it is easiest way to remember, and we call it mnemonics. We call it mnemonics. So with the help of the mnemonics also you can remember the elements present over here. So we have bangan, aloo, gajar and thela. Now dear student, if you talk about this particular aluminium. Aluminium is a metal. When you talk about aluminium is a metal. But when you talk about germanium, it is a semi-metal. So the question arises that in one particular group you are having different kind of the characteristics. Certain are metals, certain are metalloids, certain are non-metals. So because of this, the properties are also going to change. But if you talk about group 1, in group 1 you are having all the elements which are metals. In group 2, when you talk about group 1 is alkali metals, group 2 is alkaline earth metals. So when you talk about their characteristic, it is coming same. But when you talk about such a kind of the element, their properties are differing. Their properties are differing because they have a different kind of the materials present over there. So having learned the chemistry of elements of the group 13 and 14 of the periodic P block element of the periodic table in class 11, you have learned the chemistry of the elements subsequent groups in this unit. We are going to just go with the other sets of the elements, or we can say groups in this particular chapter. Group 15 elements. When we start with group 15 elements, dear students, group 15 includes nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. And dear students, as we go down the group, there is a shift from non-metallic to metallic through the metalloid characters. Nitrogen and phosphorus are non-metals. Arsenic and antimony metalloids. Bismuth, and you can say this particular is the type of your typical metal. Now dear students, so dear students, we were talking about the group 15 over here. We say that your nitrogen and phosphorus is a non-metal, arsenic and antimony is a metalloid, and bismuth and moscovium, that is your typical metals. So this is new for you. Occurrence, where they are obtained. Molecular nitrogen comprises 78% by volume of the atmosphere. In the earth crust it occurs as the sodium nitrate, NaNO3, called Chile saltpeter, okay, and potassium nitrate, Indian animals. Phosphorus occurs in minerals of the apatite family. Apatite family, that is having your Ca3PO4 6. So dear student, here your X can be any particular thing. When you talk about CaX2, X can be fluorine, chlorine or OH. Okay, fluoroapatite, that is the formula given over here, which are the main sources of the phosphorus rocks. Phosphorus is an essential constituent of plants and animal and plants matter. It is present in bones as well as in the living cell. Let me tell you one more important thing, dear student. The chapter which we are doing right now is thoroughly a reading chapter. You can simply understand by reading it. Still, if you feel anywhere that you are not getting the meaning, you can ask me. I'll clarify your doubts. Okay? But the chapter is almost a reading chapter, so we have to do it. Phosphoproteins are present in milk and egg. Arsenic, antimony, bismuth are found mainly as sulfide minerals. Phosphorus is a synthetic radioactive element. So you can see radioactivity is also there in group when we are talking about. Its symbol is Mc, atomic number 115, atomic mass 289, and electronic configuration is radon 5F14 6010 7s2 7p3. So when we talk about Ns2 and P, N is your 7. It means it is present with your 7th one periodic seventh period if we talk. Okay, here except moscovium, important atomic and physical properties of other elements of this group along with their electronic configuration is given below. So dear student, one table is given over here. You can see the table. What is given? Atomic mass, atomic number, electronic configuration. Remember, when you talk about electronic configuration, it is given in the bracket with the noble gas configuration. It is given with the noble gas configuration. Then you have ionization enthalpy. Then you are having electron gain enthalpy. Also you have covalent radius, ionic radius, melting point, boiling point, and density. So these are all properties given over there in the table which you can go throughout. Okay. So dear students, let us further proceed with. Friends, of some of the atomic, physical and chemical properties of the group are discussed below, which we are going to see now. First of all, we are talking about the electronic configuration. What is electronic configuration? Till you study class 10, you simply write 2, 8, 8, 16. But as soon as you go with the 11th standard chemistry, you follow the Aufbau principle. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 and so on. Right. So when you are following that particular, see dear student, what you can do, if you don't want to write complete one, you can use the simple method that in the bracket you can go for writing the noble gas configuration, and after that you can continue with writing the Ns and P and so on. As we have seen that suppose you are writing any particular and which is more than 18 or 19 or 20th element. So what you have to do, you have to write Ar, that is your argon whose atomic number is 18. So till 18 you don't have to write the electronic configuration. After that, whatever the electrons are remaining, that you have to fill into your Ns2 and P3. Ns2 and P generally. If we talk about one particular group over here, that is what we are studying over here. We are starting with the P block element. In that we are starting with the 15th group. So 15, 5. It should have been the 5 electron in the last cell. We have studied in class 10 that outermost the electrons which are present, if it is more than 4 or more than 3, what you have to do, whatever the electrons are there plus 10, you will be getting the group number. So suppose we are having 2 plus 3, 5 electrons, 5 plus 10, 15 family. Is it clear? This is how we get. The H orbitals in these elements is completely filled and P orbitals half filled, making the electronic configuration extra stable. So dear students, when we go for having like this, when we fill the electron in the orbitals, so this is completely filled. Completely filled and incompletely filled are more stable than your half filled, and completely filled gives you the more stable than the incompletely filled. Suppose I have 1, 2, 3. This is called half filled and this is more stable. But if I have one more electron over here, it is called incompletely filled and it is Py, Pz, and each of them are having one electron. The particular compounds are more stable, and that is the reason because of their half-filled shell, half-filled electrons. Atomic radii, covalent and the ionic in a particular state. Radii increases in the size down the group. Common sense की बात है, ऊपर से नीचे जाते हुए एटॉमिक साइज बढ़ती है. एटॉमिक साइज बढ़ेगी मतलब कि उसका जो रेडियस है वो भी बढ़ेगा. कॉमन सेंस की बात है. तो as we move from top to bottom, the size increases. There is a considerable increase in the covalent radii from N to P. However, from arsenic to your antimony, only a small increase in the covalent radius is observed. This is due to the presence of the completely filled d orbital or f orbital in the heavier members. Dear student, there are somewhere some changes are there. Means you say generally it should go on increasing or it should go for decreasing, whatever the trend is there. But here some changes are there. That is covalent radius increases from nitrogen to phosphorus. However, arsenic to bismuth or you can say antimony, only a small increase in the covalent radius. छोटा सा increase है वहाँ पर. That is because of your d block element and your f block element. That d block and f orbitals are completely filled. Ionization enthalpy, dear student. What is ionization enthalpy? First of all, let me tell you. Ionization enthalpy is the energy which you are providing from in which your gaseous isolated particular element is losing the electron. Means when you want to make them ion, you are providing the heat over there and energy over there, and that energy is known as enthalpy. Okay. Ionization enthalpy decreases down the group. Why does it decreases down the group? As you move from top to bottom, the size increases. When the size increases, the electrons in the outermost cell is very far apart. So in that case, what you can do? You can remove the electron easily. So that is why from moving top to bottom, ionization enthalpy decreases. Because of the extra stable half-filled p orbital electronic configuration and smaller size, the ionization enthalpy of group 15 element is much greater than group 14. कॉमन सेंस की बात यहाँ पर आपको ये लगानी है that group 14 पहले आता है, group 15 बाद में आता है. तो group 15 में जो आपका ionization enthalpy है, it should decrease, कम होनी चाहिए. क्यों? क्योंकि साइज बढ़ती जा रही है. But what is happening over here? As we are moving, in both the sets, when we are moving along the period, when we are moving, the atomic size decreases. When the atomic size is decreasing, the electron will be more near the center, and in that case, you have to give the more energy. So that is why your electrons, your ionization enthalpy is much greater compared to your 14 group. As I said, compared to 14 group, 15 group is more stable. Why it's stable? Because of the half-filled shell. Is it clear? Corresponding periods. The order of the successive ionization enthalpy is expected to be, that is your delta 1 H1, that is less than your delta 2 H2, in turn which is less than delta 3 H3. Delta I we can say, delta I. Is it clear? So this is what given over here. Electronegativity. Dear student, if we talk about the electronegativity value in general decreases down the group with the increasing atomic size. However, among the heavier element, the difference is not that much pronounced. Is it clear? Electronegativity, that is the tendency to pull the electrons towards itself. That is the electronegativity. So that is generally decreasing down the group as you have the when you move from top to bottom, it goes with the metallic character. So metals cannot go for pulling the electrons towards itself. It's a property of the non-metals. That's why it is decreasing. Physical properties and chemical properties we will be observing, or we will start from our next video.